Large thunderstorms can generate enormous numbers of lightning discharges during their lifetime. Some trees can survive fire. Certain tree species have adaptations that allow them to survive fires and regenerate afterward. Sea stars can regrow lost arms. Many sea star species can regenerate damaged or lost arms, and some can even regenerate much of their body from part of an arm. A group of hippos is called a bloat. One traditional collective noun for hippopotamuses is a bloater. Some birds can see ultraviolet light. Several bird species can perceive ultraviolet wavelengths that humans cannot see. The deepest ocean is deeper than Mount Everest is tall. The deepest parts of the Mariana Trench extend farther below sea level than Mount Everest rises above it. Some bacteria can survive extreme radiation. Certain microorganisms are extraordinarily resistant to radiation and other harsh environmental conditions. A cockroach can live without its head for a while. Cockroaches can survive for some time after losing their heads because they breathe through openings along their bodies. The moon is slowly moving away from Earth. The moon is drifting away from Earth by roughly a few centimeters each year due to tidal interactions. Some frogs can breathe through their skin. Many amphibians absorb oxygen through their skin, especially when they are underwater or inactive. A sloth can hold its breath for a surprisingly long time. Sloths can slow their heart rate and remain underwater for extended periods when necessary. Some birds pretend to have a broken wing. Certain birds use distraction displays, acting injured to lure predators away from their nests. Earth is not a perfect sphere. Our planet is slightly flattened at the poles and bulges around the equator because of its rotation. Some sea cucumbers can eject their internal organs. Certain sea cucumbers can expel internal organs as a defense mechanism and later regenerate them. A chameleon doesn't change color only for camouflage. Chameleons can change colors for communication, temperature regulation, and emotional or social signaling. Some trees can live for more than 4,000 years. Certain ancient trees have survived for thousands of years, witnessing enormous changes in Earth's climate and civilizations. A flea can jump many times its body length. Fleas are extraordinary jumpers and can launch themselves many times their own body length. Some fish produce electricity. Electric eels and several other fish species can generate electrical signals for hunting, defense, or communication. The ocean contains mountains taller than many on land. Underwater mountain ranges and volcanoes rise thousands of meters from the ocean floor. Some insects can survive being frozen. Certain insects produce natural antifreeze-like compounds that allow them to survive extremely low temperatures. A single drop of seawater contains thousands of microorganisms. Even a tiny amount of ocean water can contain an astonishing microscopic ecosystem of bacteria, algae, and other organisms. A day on Venus is longer than its year. Venus takes about 243 Earth days to rotate once, but only about 225 days to orbit the Sun. Octopuses have 3 hearts. 2 hearts pump blood to the gills, while the third pumps blood to the rest of the body. Large thunderstorms can generate enormous numbers of lightning discharges during their lifetime. Some trees can survive fire. Certain tree species have adaptations that allow them to survive fires and regenerate afterward. Sea stars can regrow lost arms. Many sea star species can regenerate damaged or lost arms, and some can even regenerate much of their body from part of an arm. A group of hippos is called a bloat. One traditional collective noun for hippopotamuses is a bloater. Some birds can see ultraviolet light. Several bird species can perceive ultraviolet wavelengths that humans cannot see. The deepest ocean is deeper than Mount Everest is tall. The deepest parts of the Mariana Trench extend farther below sea level than Mount Everest rises above it. Some bacteria can survive extreme radiation. Certain microorganisms are extraordinarily resistant to radiation and other harsh environmental conditions. A cockroach can live without its head for a while. Cockroaches can survive for some time after losing their heads because they breathe through openings along their bodies. The moon is slowly moving away from Earth. The moon is drifting away from Earth by roughly a few centimeters each year due to tidal interactions. Some frogs can breathe through their skin. Many amphibians absorb oxygen through their skin, especially when they are underwater or inactive. A sloth can hold its breath for a surprisingly long time. Sloths can slow their heart rate and remain underwater for extended periods when necessary. Some birds pretend to have a broken wing. Certain birds use distraction displays, acting injured to lure predators away from their nests. Earth is not a perfect sphere. Our planet is slightly flattened at the poles and bulges around the equator because of its rotation. Some sea cucumbers can eject their internal organs. Certain sea cucumbers can expel internal organs as a defense mechanism and later regenerate them. A chameleon doesn't change color only for camouflage. Chameleons can change colors for communication, temperature regulation, and emotional or social signaling. Some trees can live for more than 4,000 years. Certain ancient trees have survived for thousands of years, witnessing enormous changes in Earth's climate and civilizations. A flea can jump many times its body length. Fleas are extraordinary jumpers and can launch themselves many times their own body length. Some fish produce electricity. Electric eels and several other fish species can generate electrical signals for hunting, defense, or communication. The ocean contains mountains taller than many on land. Underwater mountain ranges and volcanoes rise thousands of meters from the ocean floor. Some insects can survive being frozen. Certain insects produce natural antifreeze-like compounds that allow them to survive extremely low temperatures. A single drop of seawater contains thousands of microorganisms. Even a tiny amount of ocean water can contain an astonishing microscopic ecosystem of bacteria, algae, and other organisms. A day on Venus is longer than its year. Venus takes about 243 Earth days to rotate once, but only about 225 days to orbit the Sun. Octopuses have 3 hearts. 2 hearts pump blood to the gills, while the third pumps blood to the rest of the body. Bananas are berries, botanically speaking. From a botanical perspective, bananas qualify as berries, while strawberries technically do not. Sharks are older than trees. Sharks have existed for hundreds of millions of years, appearing in Earth's oceans before the first trees evolved. Honey can last for thousands of years. Properly stored honey can remain edible for an incredibly long time because of its low moisture and acidic nature. A cloud can weigh hundreds of tons. Even though clouds look light and fluffy, a large cloud can contain hundreds of tons of water. Wombat poop is cube-shaped. Wombats produce cube-shaped droppings, which helps prevent the poop from rolling away when they use it to mark territory. Lightning is hotter than the sun's surface. The air around a lightning bolt can briefly reach temperatures several times hotter than the surface of the sun. Cows have best friends. Research suggests cows can form preferred social relationships and may become stressed when separated from familiar companions. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. The collective name for flamingos is a flamboyance, a fitting name for such colorful birds. Some turtles can breathe through their bottoms. Certain freshwater turtles can absorb oxygen through specialized tissues near their rear end while underwater. Koalas have fingerprints similar to humans. Koala fingerprints are remarkably similar to human fingerprints and can be difficult to distinguish at a glance. The Eiffel Tower gets taller in summer. Heat causes the metal in the Eiffel Tower to expand, making the structure several centimeters taller during hot weather. Sea otters hold hands while sleeping. Sea otters sometimes hold on to each other while floating so they don't drift apart. A snail can have thousands of tiny teeth. Some snail species have a rasping tongue-like structure called a radula covered with thousands of microscopic teeth. The moon has moonquakes. The moon experiences seismic activity known as moonquakes, caused by factors including tidal forces and temperature changes. Crows can recognize human faces. Crows are highly intelligent and can remember individual human faces, including people they associate with danger. A blue whale's heart is enormous. A blue whale's heart is among the largest hearts in the animal kingdom and can weigh hundreds of kilograms. Some bamboo can grow extremely fast. Certain bamboo species can grow astonishingly quickly under ideal conditions, gaining many centimeters in a single day. Jellyfish have existed longer than dinosaurs. Jellyfish-like creatures have been around for hundreds of millions of years, predating the dinosaurs by a vast amount of time. Ravens can mimic human speech. Ravens are intelligent birds capable of imitating sounds, including human speech. A day on Mercury lasts longer than its year. Mercury takes about 59 Earth days to rotate once, while its trip around the Sun takes only about 88 Earth days. Some frogs can freeze and survive. Certain frogs can survive being partially frozen during winter and recover when temperatures rise. Pineapples take years to grow. Depending on the variety and growing conditions, pineapple plants can take well over a year to produce a mature fruit. Elephants can communicate through ground vibrations. Elephants can produce low-frequency sounds that travel through the ground and may be detected by other elephants through their feet. A shrimp can punch faster than you can blink. Mantis shrimp can strike with extraordinary speed, creating powerful shock waves in the surrounding water. Cats have fewer taste buds than humans. Cats have far fewer taste buds than humans and cannot taste sweetness in the same way we do. The world's smallest mammal can weigh less than a coin. The bumblebee bat is one of the world's smallest mammals, weighing only around a couple of grams. Some trees communicate through fungi. Trees can exchange nutrients and chemical signals through underground networks of fungi connecting their roots. Penguins propose with pebbles. Some penguins use pebbles as part of courtship and nest-building behaviors, with males sometimes presenting stones to potential mates. A group of crows is called a murder. A traditional collective noun for crows is a murder, making it one of the most unusual names for a group of animals. Butterflies taste with their feet. Butterflies have taste receptors on their feet that help them identify suitable plants for feeding and laying eggs. Some fish can change sex. Certain fish species can change sex during their lifetime depending on social or environmental conditions. The human brain uses a lot of energy. Although the brain makes up only a small percentage of body weight, it consumes a significant portion of the body's energy. Dolphins have signature whistles. Many dolphins develop distinctive whistles that function somewhat like individual names, helping them identify one another. A group of owls is called a parliament. One traditional collective name for owls is a parliament. Some lizards can run across water. Basilisk lizards can sprint across the surface of water using rapid movements of their legs and specially adapted feet. The Earth's core is extremely hot. Temperatures deep inside Earth's core are estimated to be comparable to those found at the surface of the Sun. A single tree can host thousands of species. Large tropical trees can provide homes and resources for enormous numbers of insects, birds, fungi, plants, and other organisms. Some spiders can travel through the air. Certain spiders use strands of silk to catch the wind and travel through the air, a behavior known as ballooning. Rats can laugh. When playing or receiving certain types of interaction, rats produce high-frequency vocalizations that researchers interpret as forms of positive social behavior. Cuttlefish can change their appearance in seconds. Cuttlefish can rapidly alter their skin color and patterns to communicate, camouflage themselves, or confuse predators. The Sun contains almost all the mass in the solar system. The Sun accounts for roughly 99.8% of the total mass of the solar system. Some plants eat insects. Carnivorous plants such as pitcher plants and sundews capture insects and digest them to obtain nutrients that are scarce in their environments. A group of hedgehogs is called an array. An unusual collective term for hedgehogs is an array. Woodpeckers have shock-absorbing adaptations. Woodpeckers have specialized skull and neck structures that help them withstand the repeated impacts of pecking. The Earth's rotation is gradually slowing. Tidal interactions, especially with the Moon, cause Earth's rotation to slow very gradually over extremely long periods. Some ants farm other insects. Certain ants protect aphids and other insects in exchange for sugary secretions they produce. The immortal jellyfish can reverse its life cycle. Turritopsis dohrani can, under certain conditions, revert from its adult form to an earlier developmental stage, potentially repeating its life cycle. A blue whale can hear extremely low-frequency sounds. Blue whales communicate using very low-frequency calls that can travel long distances through the ocean. Your stomach gets a new lining regularly. The cells lining the stomach are continually replaced because they must withstand the harsh acidic environment used for digestion. Mercury has ice despite being close to the Sun. Deep inside permanently shadowed craters near Mercury's poles, temperatures can remain cold enough for water ice to survive. A day on Mars has 39 extra minutes. One Martian day is about 24 hours and 39 minutes long, making it surprisingly close to an Earth day. Some snakes can smell with their tongues. A snake collects chemical particles with its tongue and transfers them to a special organ in the roof of its mouth. The ocean produces a huge amount of Earth's oxygen. Marine organisms, especially microscopic phytoplankton, contribute a major share of the oxygen produced on Earth. Some ants have slave-making species. Certain ants raid neighboring colonies, capture their young, and force them to work in their own colonies. A shrimp can create a flash of light underwater. Pistol shrimp snap their specialized claws so quickly that the resulting bubble collapse produces a tiny flash of light. The Sahara is larger than many countries combined. The Sahara covers roughly 9 million square kilometers, making it larger than several major countries put together. Some trees communicate through chemical signals. When attacked by insects, certain plants can release airborne chemicals that trigger defensive responses in nearby plants. A group of ravens is called an unkindness. Unkindness is one traditional collective name associated with ravens. Butterflies can remember things from their caterpillar stage. Research suggests that some butterflies can retain certain learned associations from their earlier caterpillar stage. The Moon has no global magnetic field like Earth. Unlike Earth, the Moon does not currently have a strong planet-wide magnetic field protecting its entire surface. Some fish can change their color in seconds. Certain fish rapidly alter their skin patterns to communicate, hide, attract mates, or confuse predators. Elephants can recognize themselves in mirrors. Elephants are among the animals that have shown evidence of recognizing their own reflections. A blue whale's tongue can weigh as much as an elephant. A blue whale's tongue is enormous and can weigh several tons. Some plants can trap animals without moving. Pitcher plants use slippery surfaces and digestive fluids to trap insects that fall inside their specialized leaves. Venus has the hottest planetary surface in our solar system. Despite Mercury being closer to the Sun, Venus is hotter because its thick atmosphere creates an extreme greenhouse effect. A group of parrots is called a pandemonium. Pandemonium is a traditional collective term sometimes used for a group of parrots. Some lizards can detach their tails. Many lizards can deliberately shed their tails when attacked, allowing them to escape while the tail distracts the predator. The human body contains trillions of microorganisms. Your body is home to a vast community of bacteria, fungi, and other microscopic organisms that interact with your biology. Some clouds produce their own electricity. Within powerful thunderstorms, collisions between ice particles and water droplets help separate electrical charges. A mantis shrimp can see polarized light. Mantis shrimp have extraordinarily complex visual systems and can detect forms of light that humans cannot. Some birds use tools. Crows, parrots, and several other bird species have been observed using objects as tools to obtain food. A volcano can create new land. Underwater volcanic eruptions can build up material until it eventually rises above sea level and forms new islands. Some frogs can inflate their bodies. Certain frogs puff themselves up when threatened, making them harder for predators to swallow. The Earth has more trees than the Milky Way has stars. Scientists estimate that Earth has trillions of trees, vastly exceeding the estimated number of stars in the Milky Way. Some sharks can detect tiny electrical signals. Special organs around a shark's head allow it to detect weak electrical fields produced by other animals. A spider's silk can be extremely strong. Some types of spider silk have remarkable strength relative to their weight. The Antarctic ice sheet holds most of Earth's fresh water. The enormous Antarctic ice sheet contains the majority of the planet's fresh water stored as ice. Some plants communicate with sound vibrations. Research suggests certain plants can respond to vibrations, including those associated with nearby insects. A group of zebras is called a dazzle. Dazzle is a traditional collective noun for zebras. Some whales sing for hours. Certain whales can produce complex vocal sequences that may continue for long periods. The Earth's core is mostly iron and nickel. The inner and outer core are composed primarily of iron, along with significant amounts of nickel and other elements. Some animals can see magnetic fields. Evidence suggests that certain birds and other animals can sense Earth's magnetic field and use it for navigation. A chameleon can move its eyes independently. Chameleons can control their eyes separately, allowing each eye to look in a different direction. Some bats can eat thousands of insects in one night. Insect-eating bats can consume enormous numbers of insects during a single night's hunting. A group of giraffes is called a tower. Tower is a traditional collective noun for a group of giraffes. Some plants survive without soil. Air plants can grow attached to trees and other surfaces while absorbing water and nutrients through specialized structures. The ocean has underwater waterfalls. Differences in temperature, salinity, and density can create powerful underwater flows that resemble waterfalls. Some tardigrades can survive extreme conditions. Tardigrades can enter a dormant state that allows them to withstand conditions far harsher than most animals could survive. A penguin's body is built for cold water. Penguins have dense feathers and layers of body fat that help them retain heat in frigid environments. Some spiders can hear with their legs. Certain spiders can detect airborne vibrations through sensitive structures in their legs. The Sun is about 4.6 billion years old. Our Sun formed billions of years ago and is expected to continue shining for billions more. Some flowers heat themselves. A few plants can generate heat through metabolic processes, helping attract pollinators or protect reproductive structures. A group of frogs is called an army. Army is one traditional collective noun used for a group of frogs. Some fish sleep without closing their eyes. Many fish lack movable eyelids, so they remain apparently wide-eyed while resting. The largest volcano in the solar system is on Mars. Olympus Mons on Mars is an enormous shield volcano and is far larger than any volcano on Earth. Some animals can regrow entire limbs. Certain salamanders can regenerate lost limbs, including bones, muscles, nerves, and other tissues. A rainbow is actually a full circle. From the right viewpoint, such as from high above the ground, a rainbow can appear as a complete circle rather than an arc. Some ant colonies form supercolonies. Certain ant populations can create enormous networks of connected colonies containing millions or even billions of individuals. Certain plants provide food or shelter to ants, which may then defend the plant from herbivores. A group of porcupines is called a prickle. Prickle is a traditional collective noun associated with porcupines. Some sharks can glow in the dark. Several deep-sea shark species use bioluminescence to blend into faint light coming from above. The human heart beats around 100,000 times a day. An adult heart typically beats tens of thousands of times every day, continuously pumping blood throughout the body. Some birds can imitate chainsaws and car alarms. Certain highly vocal birds can reproduce an astonishing variety of sounds from their environment. A tardigrade is smaller than a grain of salt. These microscopic animals are usually only a fraction of a millimeter long. Some snails can sleep for years. Certain land snails can enter prolonged dormant states when environmental conditions become too dry. Earth's magnetic poles have reversed before. Over geological history, Earth's magnetic north and south have switched positions many times. Some fish can climb waterfalls. Certain fish species, such as salmon, can use powerful swimming and specialized body movements to travel upstream over difficult terrain. A group of dolphins is called a pod. Dolphins commonly live and travel in social groups known as pods. Some insects can walk on water. Water striders use surface tension and specially adapted legs to remain on top of ponds and streams. The Milky Way is moving through space. Our galaxy is traveling through the universe while also interacting gravitationally with neighboring galaxies. Some trees communicate through their roots. Root systems can interact with fungi and neighboring plants, creating underground networks that move nutrients and chemical signals. A crocodile can replace its teeth. Crocodiles continuously produce replacement teeth throughout their lives. Some birds use the stars to navigate. Certain migratory birds can use patterns in the night sky as part of their navigation system. The ocean has mountains and valleys. The seafloor contains enormous mountain ranges, deep trenches, plains, volcanoes, and valleys. Some plants can capture tiny animals underground. A few carnivorous plants have evolved traps below the soil surface to capture microscopic organisms. A group of cheetahs can be called a coalition. Male cheetahs, especially brothers, may form social groups known as coalitions. Some bacteria live deep beneath Earth's surface. Microbial life has been discovered kilometers underground, surviving in environments without sunlight. The moon has almost no atmosphere. The moon has an extremely thin exosphere rather than the thick atmosphere surrounding Earth. Some animals can survive without oxygen for long periods. Certain organisms have evolved remarkable adaptations that allow them to tolerate extremely low oxygen environments. Neptune has the fastest vines in the solar system. Vines on Neptune can reach speeds of more than 2000 km per hour. A shark's skeleton is made of cartilage. Unlike humans, sharks don't have skeletons made primarily of bone. Their bodies are supported by flexible cartilage. Some trees have natural fireproofing. Certain trees have thick bark that protects living tissues from intense heat during wildfires. The moon is moving away from Earth. The moon slowly drifts away from Earth by roughly 3.8 centimeters each year. Some frogs can survive without drinking water. Certain desert frogs spend most of their lives underground and emerge when rain creates temporary pools. A cheetah can't roar like a lion. Cheetahs belong to a group of cats that cannot produce the deep roar associated with lions and tigers. Some birds can sleep with one half of their brain. Certain birds can rest one brain hemisphere while keeping the other relatively alert. A whale shark is a shark, not a whale. Despite its name and enormous size, the whale shark is a fish and breathes through gills. Some flowers mimic insects. Certain orchids have evolved shapes, colors, and scents that resemble insects to attract pollinators. Saturn has more than 100 known moons and moonlets. Saturn's complex system includes numerous confirmed moons along with countless smaller objects within its rings. A camel's hump doesn't store water. A camel's hump primarily stores fat, which can be converted into energy when food is scarce. Some ants explode to defend their colony. Certain tropical ants can rupture their own bodies as a last resort defense, releasing sticky chemicals onto attackers. The Earth's rotation is not exactly 24 hours. A true rotation relative to distant stars takes about 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4 seconds. Some owls can rotate their heads about 270 degrees. Owls have specialized neck anatomy that allows them to turn their heads remarkably far without rotating their entire bodies. A blue whale is longer than a basketball court. The largest blue whales can reach lengths exceeding 25 meters. Some plants can remember previous stress. Certain plants can alter their future responses after experiencing drought, heat, or other stresses. A spider is not an insect. Spiders are arachnids and have 8 legs, while insects have 6. Some lizards can breathe underwater for short periods. Certain semi-aquatic lizards can remain submerged and extract oxygen through specialized skin or body structures. The Earth's atmosphere is mostly nitrogen. Nitrogen makes up roughly 78% of Earth's atmosphere, while oxygen accounts for about 21%. Some jellyfish have no brain. Jellyfish lack a centralized brain but have networks of nerves that coordinate their movements. A group of crows can solve puzzles together. Crows are capable of complex problem solving and can sometimes cooperate to achieve goals. Some fish have transparent bodies. Several deep-sea fish have bodies so transparent that internal organs can be visible through their skin. A rainbow can appear at night. Under strong moonlight and suitable atmospheric conditions, a faint rainbow called a moonbow can form. Some trees can clone themselves. Certain trees reproduce by sending up genetically identical shoots from interconnected roots. The deepest known point on Earth is in the Pacific Ocean. Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench reaches nearly 11 kilometers below sea level. Some birds migrate without a map. Migratory birds can use combinations of sunlight, stars, Earth's magnetic field, landmarks, and inherited instincts to navigate. A polar bear's fur isn't actually white. Its individual hairs are largely translucent and scatter light, making the fur appear white. Some snakes can go months without eating. Certain large snakes can survive long periods without food by relying on stored energy and slowing their metabolism. The sun is not yellow in space. Viewed from space, the sun appears essentially white because it emits light across much of the visible spectrum. Some plants use ants as bodyguards. Some trees have underground root networks covering huge areas. Clonal trees can spread through interconnected roots and stems, creating enormous genetically identical colonies. The ocean covers most of Earth's surface. Oceans cover roughly 71% of our planet's surface and contain the vast majority of Earth's water. Some animals can see polarized light. Bees, mantis shrimp, and several other animals can detect patterns of polarized light that humans normally cannot see. A flea can jump more than 100 times its body length. Fleas have specialized leg structures that allow them to launch themselves extraordinary distances relative to their tiny size. Some lizards can run on two legs. Certain lizards can raise their front legs and sprint using only their hind legs. The Sun contains almost all the mass in our solar system. The Sun holds roughly 99.8% of the solar system's total mass. Some birds store hundreds of seeds in their memories. Birds such as nutcrackers can remember the locations of large numbers of hidden food caches. A group of gorillas is called a troop. Gorillas live in social groups generally led by a dominant adult male known as a silverback. Some turtles can live for more than a century. Several turtle and tortoise species are capable of exceptionally long lifespans. The Earth's core is solid inside and liquid outside. Earth's inner core is solid, while the surrounding outer core is liquid metal. Some fish can survive out of water for days. Certain amphibious fish have adaptations that allow them to survive outside water much longer than typical fish. A group of crows can be surprisingly intelligent. Crows can solve multi-step puzzles, use tools, remember individuals, and learn from experience. Some mushrooms can control insects. Certain parasitic fungi infect insects and manipulate their behavior in ways that help the fungus reproduce. The Moon has mountains several kilometers high. Despite having no active plate tectonics like Earth, the Moon has enormous mountains created by ancient impacts and geological processes. Some animals use Earth's magnetic field as a compass. Migratory birds, sea turtles, and other animals appear capable of sensing Earth's magnetic field for navigation. A group of porcupines is called a prickle. The name comes from the animal's distinctive quills. Some spiders recycle their own webs. Web-building spiders can eat old silk and reuse its nutrients to produce new webbing. The deep ocean can be almost completely dark. Beyond the reach of sunlight, many deep-sea organisms rely on bioluminescence or other food sources. Some trees can survive for thousands of years. Certain ancient tree species can remain alive for several millennia under suitable conditions. A chameleon's eyes can move independently. Each eye can look in a different direction, giving the chameleon an unusually wide field of vision. Some animals can regenerate parts of their brains. Certain salamanders and other regenerative animals can repair or regrow damaged nervous tissue to an extent that humans cannot. Uranus rotates almost on its side. Uranus has an extreme axial tilt of about 98 degrees, making it appear to roll around the Sun. Some ants can create living lifeboats. When floods arrive, fire ants link their bodies together into floating structures that can keep the colony above water. A crocodile can't stick out its tongue. A crocodile's tongue is held in place by a membrane, preventing it from freely sticking its tongue out like humans can. Some trees can grow from fallen leaves. Certain plants can produce new roots and shoots from fallen leaves, allowing them to reproduce without seeds. The largest animal ever known is the blue whale. Blue whales can reach lengths of more than 25 meters and weigh well over 100 tons. Some spiders can live underwater. The diving bell spider spends much of its life underwater by creating an air-filled silk chamber. A group of flamingos can have thousands of birds. Flamingos often gather in enormous colonies, sometimes numbering in the thousands or even millions. Some snakes can glide through the air. Flying snakes flatten their bodies and use an undulating motion to glide between trees. The Sahara can get snow. Although it is one of the world's hottest deserts, rare snowfall has occurred in parts of the Sahara. Some fish can walk using their fins. Fish such as mudskippers and certain bottom-dwelling species can use their fins to move across land or the seafloor. A single thunderstorm can contain billions of water droplets. Large clouds hold enormous amounts of water in the form of droplets and ice crystals. Some plants close their leaves when touched. The sensitive plant folds its leaves rapidly after being touched, possibly helping deter herbivores. A group of owls is called a parliament. This unusual collective name has made owls one of the most famously named bird groups. Some whales communicate across huge distances. Low-frequency whale calls can travel through ocean water over very long distances. A giraffe's heart is extremely powerful. Because its brain sits far above its heart, a giraffe needs strong blood pressure to pump blood upward. Some beetles can survive being buried in snow. Cold-adapted insects can produce compounds that protect their cells from freezing damage. Earth has a natural satellite that is unusually large. Compared with the size of its planet, Earth's moon is exceptionally large among moons in the solar system. Some birds can count. Research suggests certain birds can distinguish quantities and use numerical information when solving problems. A group of hedgehogs is sometimes called an array. Array is one of the traditional collective nouns associated with hedgehogs. Some flowers smell like rotting meat. Certain plants produce foul odors to attract flies and other insects that normally visit decaying material. The human body produces enough heat to boil water over time. A resting human continuously releases heat, although it is spread through the environment rather than concentrated. Some sharks can swim backward. Although many sharks struggle to move backward, certain species can perform limited backward movements. A desert can exist in Antarctica. Antarctica is technically a desert because parts of the continent receive extremely little precipitation. Some penguins propose with stones. Certain penguins collect and offer pebbles during courtship and nest building. A whale shark can have thousands of teeth. Whale sharks have many tiny teeth, although they mainly filter feed rather than use them to chew prey. Some plants can eat more than insects. Large carnivorous pitcher plants can sometimes trap small vertebrates such as frogs, lizards, or rodents. Mars has blue sunsets. Because of the way fine dust scatters light in the Martian atmosphere, sunsets on Mars can appear bluish around the sun. Some frogs can change color. Certain frogs alter their coloration depending on temperature, surroundings, hormones, or environmental conditions. A group of jellyfish is called a smack. Smack is a colorful traditional collective noun for jellyfish. Jupiter has a giant storm that has lasted for centuries. The Great Red Spot is a massive storm system that has been observed for hundreds of years. Some ants can carry objects many times their weight. Tiny ants can move objects far heavier than themselves because of their body structure and powerful muscles. A octopus can change the texture of its skin. Octopuses can alter not only their color but also the texture of their skin to blend into their surroundings. Some birds can fly for months without landing. Certain frigate birds can remain airborne for extraordinarily long periods, even sleeping briefly while flying. The Earth's largest volcano is underwater. TMU Massif is a gigantic submarine volcano located beneath the Pacific Ocean. Some frogs use their eyes to help swallow food. When certain frogs swallow, their eyes can move downward and help push food toward the throat. A spider's web can be stronger than it looks. Spider silk has an impressive combination of strength, flexibility, and lightweight. Some fish can produce hundreds of volts. Electric eels can generate powerful electrical discharges to stun prey and defend themselves. The moon has shadows that can last for billions of years. Some polar craters receive almost no direct sunlight, allowing extremely cold regions to persist for incredibly long periods. Some plants can sense when they are being eaten. Plants can detect physical damage and activate chemical defenses against herbivores. A group of lions is called a pride. Lion prides are social groups that can contain multiple adults and their young. Some sharks must keep swimming. Certain shark species need continuous movement to help water flow over their gills and provide oxygen. A butterfly's wings are covered in tiny scales. The colorful patterns on butterfly wings come from microscopic scales covering the wing surfaces. Some trees can grow new roots from their trunks. Certain trees develop aerial or adventitious roots that can reach the ground and provide additional support. A day on Saturn lasts only about 10.7 hours. Saturn rotates extremely quickly despite being a huge planet. Some birds have bones designed for flight. Many flying birds have lightweight skeletons with hollow or air-filled bones. A crocodile can go months without eating. Crocodiles have slow metabolisms and can survive long periods when food is unavailable. Some deep-sea fish have giant teeth. Animals living in the deep ocean often have oversized teeth relative to their body because meals can be extremely rare. The Earth is constantly being hit by tiny space particles. Microscopic dust and small meteoroids enter Earth's atmosphere every day. Some plants use traps that snap shut. The Venus flytrap closes its leaves rapidly when suitable prey repeatedly stimulates sensitive trigger hairs. A group of sharks is sometimes called a shiver. Shiver is a traditional collective noun associated with sharks. Some birds can detect Earth's magnetic field. Certain migratory birds appear able to use magnetic information as part of their navigation system. A blue whale's heart can beat very slowly during deep dives. During long dives, blue whales can dramatically reduce their heart rate to conserve oxygen. Some sea slugs steal photosynthesis. Certain sea slugs can retain functional chloroplasts from algae they eat and use them to capture energy from sunlight. The Sahara was once filled with lakes. Ancient climate records show that large parts of today's Sahara experienced much wetter periods. Some spiders can survive falling from great heights. Because of their tiny mass and aerodynamic bodies, many spiders can survive falls that would be dangerous for larger animals. A group of hippos is called a bloat. This unusual name describes one of the traditional collective nouns for hippopotamuses. Some trees produce chemicals that warn nearby plants. When attacked by insects, certain plants release airborne compounds that can trigger defenses in neighboring plants. Mars has the largest volcano in the solar system. Olympus Mons rises roughly 22 kilometers above the surrounding Martian plains. Some insects pretend to be other animals. Stick insects and leaf insects use extraordinary body shapes and colors to resemble vegetation. A giraffe's neck has the same number of vertebrae as a human's. Both giraffes and humans normally have 7 neck vertebrae, but giraffe vertebrae are much longer. Some fish can survive in nearly frozen water. Antarctic fish produce antifreeze proteins that help prevent ice crystals from forming in their blood. The moon has no wind like Earth. Because the moon has virtually no atmosphere, its surface does not experience normal wind. Some plants can trap and digest small vertebrates. Certain giant pitcher plants are large enough to capture animals bigger than insects. A group of crows can recognize individual humans. Crows can remember human faces and may behave differently toward people they have learned to associate with danger. Some bats pollinate flowers. Fruit bats and nectar-feeding bats are important pollinators for many tropical plants. The Pacific Ocean is larger than all the continents combined. The Pacific is so enormous that its surface area exceeds the combined land area of Earth's continents. Some snakes can detect heat from prey. Pet vipers have specialized heat-sensing organs that help them locate warm-blooded animals. A group of owls is called a parliament. The unusual name has become one of the most recognizable collective nouns in English. Some mushrooms glow without sunlight. Bioluminescent fungi create their own light through chemical reactions. The human body has more than 200 bones. An average adult human skeleton contains 206 bones. Some birds build nests that look like hanging pouches. Weaver birds construct elaborate woven nests using grass and other plant fibers. A whale's airbags can reveal its age. In some whale species, layers of airbags can preserve information about age and life history. Some lizards can shoot blood from their eyes. Certain horned lizards can eject blood from small vessels near their eyes as a defense against predators. The Earth's magnetic field is not visible to human eyes. Although invisible, it forms a protective region around Earth that interacts with solar particles. Some plants can grow without sunlight for a time. Certain parasitic and saprophytic plants obtain nutrients from other organisms rather than relying entirely on photosynthesis. A group of geese is called a gaggle. Gaggle is the traditional collective noun for geese when they are on the ground. Some deep-sea animals make their own light. Bioluminescence is extremely common in the deep ocean and is used for hunting, defense, and communication. A tortoise can survive for more than 100 years. Some giant tortoises regularly reach ages exceeding a century. Some animals can regrow lost body parts. Starfish, salamanders, and several other animals have impressive regenerative abilities. Earth's atmosphere is held by gravity. Without Earth's gravitational pull, the gases surrounding our planet would gradually escape into space. Baobabs and several desert-adapted plants can store significant amounts of water for dry periods. Venus has clouds made with sulfuric acid. Its thick atmosphere contains clouds composed largely of sulfuric acid droplets. Some fish can change sex during their lives. In several species, social conditions can trigger a transition from one sex to another. A group of ravens is called an unkindness. Unkindness is one of the traditional collective nouns for ravens. Some insects can survive being frozen. Certain insects produce natural compounds that protect their cells during freezing temperatures. The sun's gravity keeps the planets in orbit. The immense gravitational pull of the sun controls the paths of the planets and many other solar system objects. Some sea turtles travel thousands of kilometers. Certain turtles migrate across entire oceans between feeding areas and nesting beaches. A chameleon's tongue can be longer than its body. Some chameleons have extraordinarily long tongues that can shoot outward to capture prey. Some plants can detect gravity. Plants use specialized cells and chemical signals to determine which direction is down and guide their roots accordingly. The deepest parts of the ocean have enormous pressure. At the deepest trenches, water pressure is hundreds of times greater than atmospheric pressure at sea level. Some whales have teeth only on one side of their mouths. Certain beaked whale species have highly unusual tooth arrangements adapted to specialized feeding strategies. A group of jellyfish is called a smack. Smack is one of the colorful collective nouns associated with jellyfish. Some birds can mimic human voices. Parrots, mynas, and several other birds can reproduce remarkably human-like sounds. Earth's core helps generate the magnetic field. Movement of molten metal in the outer core creates electrical currents that generate Earth's global magnetic field. Some spiders use electricity to travel. Certain spiders can use electric fields to help lift silk strands and travel through the air in a process called ballooning. The moon causes Earth's ocean tides. The moon's gravity is the primary driver of Earth's regular ocean tides, with the sun also contributing. Some desert plants can stay dormant for years. Certain plants remain inactive during extreme drought and rapidly resume growth after sufficient rain. A group of zebras is called a dazzle. The name is believed to reference the confusing visual effect created by their striped bodies moving together. Some animals can survive without food for months. Certain reptiles and other cold-blooded animals can dramatically slow their metabolism when food becomes scarce. The Milky Way is not stationary. Our galaxy rotates, moves through space, and is gravitationally interacting with neighboring galaxies. Some bacteria can survive in extremely acidic environments. Certain microorganisms thrive in conditions that would be lethal to most forms of life. Neptune is more than 4 billion kilometers from the Sun. Because of its enormous distance, sunlight takes several hours to reach Neptune. Some ants use the Sun as a compass. Certain ants can use the position of the Sun and patterns of polarized light to navigate back to their nests. A whale shark's skin can be several centimeters thick. Its skin is among the thickest of any living animal and helps protect its enormous body. Some birds can remember hundreds of food locations. Birds such as Clark's nutcrackers can remember where they have hidden thousands of individual seeds. A single tree can produce millions of leaves over its lifetime. Large trees continuously replace old leaves and can produce an enormous number throughout their lives. Some frogs can change their body temperature by behavior. Rather than internally controlling temperature like mammals, many frogs move between warm and cool areas to regulate themselves. Saturn's rings are mostly made of ice. The spectacular rings contain countless pieces of water ice mixed with rock and dust. Some sharks give birth to fully developed pups. Unlike species that lay eggs, many sharks give birth to young that are already capable of swimming. A spider can detect vibrations through its web. Web vibrations provide spiders with information about prey, threats, and even courtship. Some plants have underground storage organs. Bulbs, tubers, and rhizomes allow plants to store energy and survive unfavorable seasons. The moon has footprints that could last millions of years. With virtually no wind or rain to erase them, footprints on the lunar surface can remain for extremely long periods. Some fish can breathe air. Species such as lungfish and certain catfish have evolved organs that allow them to take oxygen directly from air. A group of elephants is called a herd. Female elephants and their young often live together in close-knit family groups. Some trees can survive being struck by lightning. Their thick bark and internal structures can sometimes allow them to survive powerful lightning strikes. Mars has two tiny moons. Mars is orbited by Phobos and Deimos, two small moons that are very different from Earth's large moon. Some insects can walk on ceilings. Tiny hairs and adhesive structures on their feet allow many insects to cling to smooth surfaces. A crocodile's bite is extremely powerful. Crocodilians possess some of the strongest measured bite forces among living animals. Some flowers open only at night. Night-blooming plants often rely on moths, bats, or other nocturnal pollinators. The ocean has rivers within it. Dense, salty water can flow along the seafloor in channels, creating underwater currents that resemble rivers. Some birds can dive faster than 300 km per hour. The peregrine falcon can reach extraordinary speeds during its hunting dives. A group of rhinoceroses is called a crash. Crash is one of the traditional collective nouns used for rhinoceroses. Some plants communicate through their roots and fungi. Mycorrhizal fungal networks can connect plant roots and help move nutrients and chemical signals through soil. Jupiter has the shortest day of any planet. Jupiter completes one rotation in less than 10 hours. Some salamanders can regrow their limbs. Certain salamanders can regenerate complex body parts, including bones, muscles, nerves, and blood vessels. A whale's tail has no bones. The flukes are made mostly of connective tissue and muscle rather than a rigid internal skeleton. Some snails carry their homes on their backs. A snail's shell grows with it and provides protection from predators and environmental conditions. The Earth's largest mountain range is mostly underwater. The mid-ocean ridge system stretches across thousands of kilometers beneath the world's oceans. Some bats use echolocation to hunt. They emit high-frequency sounds and analyze the returning echoes to locate objects and prey. A group of parrots is called a pandemonium. The unusual name reflects the noisy and social nature of many parrot groups. Some trees can store water in their trunks. They draw water into specialized respiratory structures near the anus to extract oxygen. A group of rhinoceroses is called a thrash. This unusual collective name is traditionally associated with rhinos. Some lizards can run across water. Basilisk lizards use rapid leg movements and specialized feet to stay above the water surface while running. The sun loses millions of tons of mass every second. Through nuclear fusion and energy release, the sun converts a small amount of mass into energy continuously. Some ants grow their own food. Leafcutter ants collect pieces of leaves and use them to cultivate fungus, which becomes food for the colony. A spider can spend its entire life underwater. The diving bell spider lives underwater inside a silk structure filled with air. Some fish have teeth similar to human teeth. Certain fish have surprisingly tooth-like structures designed for crushing shells or processing food. The Earth's atmosphere extends far beyond where airplanes fly. The atmosphere gradually becomes thinner with altitude and stretches hundreds of kilometers above the surface. Some birds can navigate using smell. Certain migratory birds appear to use odors and chemical cues as part of their navigation system. A group of hippos can stay underwater for several minutes. Hippos can hold their breath and even walk along the bottom of rivers and lakes. Some trees have seeds that travel through fire. Certain plants have fire-adapted seeds or cones that open after exposure to heat. The ocean contains invisible mountains of salt. Differences in water density caused by temperature and salinity create powerful underwater flows and layers. Some turtles can breathe through their skin. Certain freshwater turtles can absorb oxygen through specialized tissues while submerged for long periods. A crow can bend a wire to solve a puzzle. Some crows have demonstrated the ability to modify objects into tools to obtain food. Some mushrooms create fairy rings. Certain fungi grow outward in expanding circles, creating visible rings of mushrooms in grasslands. A group of tigers is sometimes called an ambush. Ambush is a colorful traditional term sometimes associated with groups of tigers. Some plants can survive for thousands of years. Certain clonal plants can persist for extremely long periods through repeated growth from connected underground systems. The moon has no sound-carrying atmosphere. Because the moon has virtually no atmosphere, sound cannot travel across its surface the way it does on Earth. Some bats can eat their body weight in insects. Insect-eating bats can consume enormous numbers of insects during a night's hunting. A cheetah can accelerate extremely quickly. Cheetahs can reach high speeds in seconds, making acceleration one of their greatest hunting advantages. Some deep-sea animals have transparent heads. A few deep-sea fish have unusual transparent tissues that allow them to see in specialized ways. Earth's continents are still moving today. Tectonic plates continuously shift, usually only a few centimeters per year. Some animals can regrow their tails again and again. Certain lizards can regenerate lost tails, although the replacement may differ structurally from the original. A day on Pluto is about 153 hours. Pluto rotates very slowly compared with Earth, taking roughly 6.5 Earth days to complete one rotation. Some ants can build living floating islands. Fire ants connect their bodies together during floods, creating rafts that can carry the colony across water. A giraffe's heart can weigh more than 10 kilograms. Its powerful heart helps pump blood all the way up its unusually long neck. Some octopuses carry coconut shells. The veined octopus has been observed collecting coconut shells and using them as portable shelters. A group of crows can hold a funeral-like gathering. Crows sometimes gather around a dead crow, apparently investigating the situation and possible dangers nearby. Some plants can explode their seeds at incredible speeds. Certain seed pods build pressure and launch their seeds far away from the parent plant. The moon has earthquakes called moonquakes. The moon experiences seismic activity caused by tidal forces, temperature changes, and other processes. Some snakes can survive for months without food. Large snakes can slow their metabolism and rely on stored energy during long periods without prey. A blue whale's call can travel enormous distances. Its powerful low-frequency sounds can travel through ocean water over very long distances. Some birds use ants to clean their feathers. Certain birds deliberately place ants on their feathers, possibly taking advantage of chemicals released by the insects. Saturn's rings are surprisingly thin. Although the rings stretch enormous distances across, their main visible structure can be relatively thin compared with their width. Some fish can climb trees. Certain amphibious fish can move across muddy land and even climb low vegetation using their fins and body movements. A caterpillar has more legs than a spider. Depending on the species, caterpillars can have several pairs of true and temporary prolegs, giving them many more appendages than spiders. Some trees can grow new trees from their roots. Certain tree species produce shoots from underground roots, allowing genetically identical new stems to develop. The Sahara has ancient rock art showing hippos and giraffes. Thousands of years ago, parts of the Sahara supported environments where large animals lived. Some frogs can survive being partly frozen. Wood frogs can tolerate freezing conditions by allowing much of their body water to freeze while protecting their cells with natural compounds. A mantis shrimp can see more colors than humans. Its eyes contain many types of photoreceptors and can detect forms of light outside ordinary human vision. Some spiders build decoy spiders in their webs. Certain spiders create structures resembling larger spiders, potentially confusing predators. The Earth's largest ecosystem is the deep ocean. The deep ocean covers an enormous portion of the planet and contains countless specialized life forms. Some plants use chemicals to attract predators of their enemies. When insects attack them, certain plants release scents that can attract predators or parasites that attack those insects. A group of gorillas is called a band or troop. Gorillas live in structured social groups with complex relationships. Some whales have hair. Despite being marine mammals, whales retain tiny hair follicles, especially around the head during early development. A shark's skin feels like sandpaper. Shark skin is covered with tiny tooth-like structures called dermal denticles. Some birds can recognize themselves in mirrors. A small number of species have shown behaviors consistent with mirror self-recognition. Mars has blue-white sunsets near the sun. Fine dust in the Martian atmosphere changes how sunlight scatters, producing a distinctive bluish glow around the setting sun. Some flowers heat up to attract pollinators. Certain plants can generate heat, helping release scents and attract insects during pollination. A camel can close its nostrils during sandstorms. Camels can narrow or close their nostrils to help keep blowing sand out. Some sea cucumbers breathe through their rear end. A day on Mercury is longer than its year. Mercury takes about 59 Earth days to rotate once, but only about 88 days to orbit the Sun. Some ants can form bridges with their bodies. Army ants link themselves together to create living bridges that help the colony cross gaps. Octopuses have no bones. Their flexible bodies contain no internal skeleton, allowing them to squeeze through incredibly small openings. Some birds can see ultraviolet light. Birds such as kestrels and many songbirds can detect ultraviolet wavelengths invisible to human eyes. The largest known canyon in the solar system is on Mars. Valles Marineris stretches thousands of kilometers across the Martian surface. Some plants can detect nearby vibrations. Research suggests plants can respond to vibrations produced by insects and other environmental sources. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. The name perfectly matches the striking appearance of these colorful birds. Some fish can survive without water for years. Certain African lungfish can enter a dormant state during droughts and survive until water returns. A spider's web can be rebuilt every day. Many orb-weaving spiders regularly dismantle and rebuild their webs to keep them effective. The Earth's core is about as hot as the Sun's surface. Temperatures deep inside Earth are estimated to reach several thousand degrees Celsius. Some turtles can live for more than 150 years. Certain giant tortoises are among the longest-lived land animals on Earth. A dolphin has a unique signature whistle. Many dolphins develop distinctive whistles that function somewhat like individual names. Some plants can grow without soil. Air plants and other epiphytes can live on trees or rocks while absorbing moisture and nutrients from their surroundings. A group of crows is called a murder. Murder is one of the most famous traditional collective nouns for crows. Some sharks can detect a heartbeat. Their highly sensitive electrical receptors can detect tiny electrical signals produced by living animals. The moon is about 4.5 billion years old. Scientists believe the moon formed early in Earth's history, likely after a massive collision. Some spiders can travel through the air without wings. They release silk strands that catch air currents, allowing them to drift over surprisingly large distances. A whale shark's mouth can be more than a meter wide. Despite its enormous mouth, the whale shark mainly feeds by filtering tiny organisms from seawater. Some plants have leaves that move. The sensitive plant can rapidly fold its leaves after being touched. The Pacific Ocean contains the deepest point on Earth. Challenger Deep reaches almost 11 kilometers below sea level. Some birds can sleep while flying. Frigate birds can take brief periods of sleep during long flights over the ocean. A group of jellyfish is called a smack. Smack is one of the traditional names used for a group of jellyfish. Some frogs can breathe through their skin. Many frogs absorb oxygen directly through their moist skin, especially while underwater. The sunlight reaching Earth is already minutes old. Light needs roughly 8 minutes to travel from the sun to Earth. Some ants keep aphids like livestock. Certain ants protect aphids from predators and collect the sugary liquid produced by them. A giraffe's tongue can be nearly half a meter long. Its long tongue helps the giraffe grab leaves from tall trees and avoid thorns. Some sea slugs can perform photosynthesis. Certain sea slugs retain chloroplasts from algae and use them to capture energy from sunlight. Mars has dust devils that can be much taller than earthly tornadoes. Large Martian dust devils can rise several kilometers above the surface. Some birds use the Earth's magnetic field for navigation. Migratory species can detect magnetic information that helps guide them across enormous distances. A group of zebras is called a dazzle. The name refers to the visually confusing effect of their stripes when they move together. Some trees can communicate through fungal networks. Mycorrhizal fungi can connect plant roots and facilitate exchanges of nutrients and chemical signals. A blue whale can weigh more than 20 elephants. The largest blue whales can weigh well over 100 tons. Some snakes can climb smooth trees. They use specialized scales, muscles, and body movements to grip and move across surfaces. The moon has mountains taller than some mountains on Earth. The lunar surface contains huge mountain ranges formed by impacts and ancient geological activity. Some insects pretend to be sticks. Stick insects have evolved body shapes and colors that make them extremely difficult to spot among branches. A group of owls is called a parliament. This unusual collective noun has become famous because of the owl's reputation for wisdom. Some fish can generate electricity to sense their environment. Weakly electric fish use electrical signals to detect objects and communicate in dark or murky water. Saturn's rings are made of billions of pieces. The rings contain countless fragments of ice and rock ranging from tiny particles to larger chunks. Some plants can close their flowers at night. Many flowers open and close according to daily biological rhythms, sometimes coordinating with specific pollinators. A crocodile can replace thousands of teeth during its life. Crocodilians continually grow replacement teeth throughout their lifetime. Some bats use sound to build a mental map. By analyzing echoes, echolocating bats can determine the location, distance, and movement of objects. Earth has more than one type of rainbow. Besides ordinary rainbows, atmospheric conditions can create fogbows, moonbows, double rainbows, and other optical effects. Some desert plants can remain dormant for years. Certain seeds and plants can wade through extreme drought and quickly become active after rainfall. A tardigrade can survive extreme dehydration. When conditions become severe, tardigrades can enter a dormant state and dramatically reduce their biological activity. Some whales have enormous brains. Sperm whales have some of the largest brains of any animal, weighing several kilograms. The Earth's magnetic field changes over time. Its strength and structure are constantly changing, and Earth's magnetic poles have reversed many times throughout geological history. Some flowers can mimic female insects. Certain orchids imitate the appearance or scent of female insects to attract males that accidentally transfer pollen. A group of porcupines is called a prickle. It's one of the most fitting collective nouns in the animal kingdom. Some deep-sea creatures have their own headlights. Bioluminescent organs allow many deep-sea animals to produce light for hunting, communication, or defense. Earth's continents are moving right now. Tectonic plates are constantly shifting, slowly changing the arrangement of continents and oceans over millions of years. They appear able to detect magnetic information and use it during long-distance migrations. The largest animal sounds can travel extremely far underwater. Low-frequency whale calls can propagate over great distances because sound travels efficiently through seawater. Some trees have leaves larger than a human. Certain tropical plants produce enormous leaves that can reach several meters in length. A group of porcupines is called a prickle. The name comes from their distinctive protective quills. Some spiders pretend to be ants. Ant-mimicking spiders can imitate the appearance and movements of ants to fool predators or approach prey. Mars has enormous dust storms. Global dust storms can sometimes cover much of the Martian surface and last for weeks. Some plants can trap their prey in seconds. The Venus flytrap uses rapid changes in leaf cells to snap its trap shut after repeated stimulation. A giraffe's blood pressure is extremely high. Its cardiovascular system must generate strong pressure to deliver blood to its brain. Some birds can use tools to catch food. Crows and other intelligent birds have been observed shaping or selecting objects for specific tasks. The moon has a very weak atmosphere called an exosphere. Individual atoms and molecules exist around the moon, but they are far too sparse to behave like Earth's atmosphere. Some fish have natural antifreeze in their blood. Antarctic icefish and related species produce proteins that prevent ice crystals from growing in their body fluids. A group of gorillas can have complex social relationships. Gorillas communicate through vocalizations, facial expressions, gestures, and physical interactions. Some plants can sense day length. Plants use changes in daylight to regulate flowering, growth, dormancy, and seasonal behavior. The ocean contains more than 90% of Earth's living space by volume. Most of the habitable volume on our planet is found beneath the ocean surface. Some animals can survive in space-like conditions for short periods. Certain microscopic organisms can tolerate extreme vacuum, radiation, and dehydration when in dormant states. A group of geese is called a gaggle. Gaggle traditionally describes geese gathered on land. Some bats pollinate night-blooming flowers. In tropical ecosystems, bats can transfer pollen between flowers while feeding on nectar. The Sun is about 109 times wider than Earth. Its diameter is roughly 1.39 million kilometers, making Earth look tiny beside it. Some ants use fungus as their main food source. Leafcutter ants cultivate fungal gardens using freshly cut leaves rather than eating the leaves directly. A spider can rebuild a damaged web overnight. Many web-building spiders quickly repair or replace their webs so they can continue catching prey. Some plants can survive for thousands of years as clones. Certain plant colonies remain alive through connected roots and repeated new growth for extraordinary lengths of time. Jupiter is so massive that it could fit all the other planets inside it. Jupiter's volume is enormous enough to contain the combined volumes of all the other planets with room to spare. Some ants can survive being submerged for days. Certain ants have adaptations that allow them to survive prolonged flooding by entering low-activity states or forming floating colonies. Octopuses can taste with their arms. Chemical sensors in their suckers help octopuses detect and explore substances they touch. Some birds can fly thousands of kilometers without stopping. Migratory birds can make extraordinary non-stop journeys using stored energy and favorable winds. A year on Neptune lasts about 165 Earth years. Neptune takes nearly 2 human lifetimes to complete one orbit around the Sun. Some plants can recognize their relatives. Research suggests certain plants can alter root growth and resource allocation when growing near genetically related plants. A group of ravens is called an unkindness. Unkindness is a traditional collective noun associated with ravens. Some fish can survive in water with almost no oxygen. Certain species have evolved specialized ways to tolerate oxygen-poor environments that would kill most fish. A spider's silk starts as a liquid. Inside the spider, silk proteins are stored in a liquid form before being transformed into strong fibers during spinning. The Moon is slowly getting farther from Earth. The Moon currently moves away from Earth by roughly a few centimeters every year. Some frogs can inflate themselves to look bigger. When threatened, certain frogs puff up their bodies to make themselves harder for predators to swallow. A whale's heart can weigh hundreds of kilograms. The heart of a large blue whale is among the biggest hearts found in the animal kingdom. Some trees can grow from a single root system for thousands of years. Clonal colonies can repeatedly produce new stems while remaining genetically connected underground. Mars has clouds made of water ice. Although Mars is cold and dry, its atmosphere can still produce thin clouds composed of frozen water. Some insects can hear through their legs. Certain insects have specialized sensory structures on their legs that detect vibrations and sounds. A chameleon's tongue can accelerate extremely quickly. Its muscular tongue can shoot outward rapidly to capture insects before they escape. Some sharks have no bones at all. A shark's entire internal skeleton is primarily made from cartilage rather than mineralized bone. The deepest ocean pressure can crush ordinary equipment. At the deepest trenches, pressure reaches hundreds of times the pressure at Earth's surface. Some plants use sweet nectar to recruit ants. Certain plants produce nectar specifically to attract ants that defend them from herbivores. A group of rhinos is called a crash. This memorable collective noun is traditionally associated with rhinoceroses. Some birds can mimic chainsaws and car alarms. Highly vocal species can copy sounds from their surroundings with astonishing accuracy. The Sun rotates at different speeds. Because the Sun is made of plasma rather than solid rock, different parts rotate at different rates. Some snails have thousands of microscopic teeth. Their radula can contain rows upon rows of tiny tooth-like structures used to scrape food. A group of flamingos can number in the millions. Some flamingo colonies become enormous, containing hundreds of thousands or even millions of birds. Some fish can change their body shape. Certain fish rapidly expand or compress their bodies to escape predators or fit into narrow spaces. The Earth's atmosphere contains tiny amounts of noble gases. Argon, neon, helium, and other gases exist in smaller quantities alongside nitrogen and oxygen. Some mushrooms can break down tough materials. Certain fungi produce enzymes capable of decomposing wood and other complex organic materials. A group of hippos is called a bloat. Hippopotamuses often gather in groups near water during the day. Some sea turtles navigate using Earth's magnetic field. A day on Uranus lasts about 17 hours. Uranus rotates once in roughly 17 Earth hours, despite being much larger than Earth. Some ants can navigate without seeing their nest. Certain desert ants count their steps and use the position of the sun to calculate their route home. Octopuses can regrow lost arms. An octopus can regenerate a damaged or lost arm, including nerves, muscles, and other tissues. Some birds can detect tiny changes in Earth's magnetic field. Migratory birds may use Earth's magnetic field as part of an internal navigation system. A blue whale's heart can beat only a few times per minute during a deep dive. Its heart rate can slow dramatically while diving to conserve oxygen. Some plants can capture insects without moving. Pitcher plants use slippery surfaces and digestive fluids to trap insects that fall into their leaves. Saturn could float in water. Saturn's average density is lower than water, although no realistic ocean could be large enough to demonstrate this. Some snakes can sense infrared radiation. Pet vipers have specialized heat-sensing organs that help them locate warm-blooded prey. The Sahara Desert was once green. Thousands of years ago, much of the Sahara experienced a better climate with grasslands, lakes, and abundant wildlife. Some frogs can survive with most of their body frozen. Wood frogs can tolerate freezing conditions by protecting their cells with natural cryoprotective chemicals. A giraffe has the same number of neck bones as a human. Both normally have 7 cervical vertebrae, but giraffe vertebrae can be extremely long. Some trees can survive fire by resprouting. Certain fire-adapted trees can regenerate from protected roots or trunks after severe wildfires. The moon is not perfectly round. Its shape is slightly distorted by gravity and its rotation, giving it a subtly uneven form. Some fish can walk across mud. Mud skippers use their fins and muscular bodies to move across land and wet mud. A group of zebras is called a dazzle. The traditional name refers to the confusing visual effect created by their stripes. Some spiders can catch fish. Certain large spiders can capture small fish and other aquatic animals near the water's edge. Mars has the largest canyon known in the solar system. Valles Marineris stretches thousands of kilometers and dwarfs many canyon systems on Earth. Some plants produce their own heat. A few flowering plants can generate heat to attract pollinators and spread their scent. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. The name is especially fitting for these brightly colored social birds. Some whales have extremely long lifespans. Certain whale species can live for many decades, with some individuals surviving well over a century. The Earth is spinning faster at the equator. Because Earth rotates as a sphere, locations near the equator move faster than locations near the poles. Some ants keep aphids for food. Ants may protect aphids from predators and collect the sugary honeydew produced by them. A butterfly's wings are not actually smooth. They are covered in thousands of microscopic scales that create their colors and patterns. Some sea slugs can steal chloroplasts from algae. Certain species retain chloroplasts from their food and use them for photosynthesis. The deepest ocean is darker than any night on Earth. Sunlight cannot reach the deepest trenches, leaving them in permanent natural darkness. Some birds can copy human speech without understanding it like humans do. Parrots and mynas can reproduce words and phrases remarkably accurately. A crocodile's tongue is attached to the floor of its mouth. This structure prevents it from freely sticking its tongue out. Some trees can exchange nutrients through fungal networks. Fungi connected to roots can help transport nutrients and chemical signals between plants. Venus rotates in the opposite direction to most planets. On Venus, the sun would appear to rise in the west and set in the east. Some insects can survive temperatures below freezing. Cold-adapted insects produce compounds that protect their cells from ice damage. A tardigrade can shrink into a dormant state. When conditions become extreme, it can lose most of its body water and enter a highly resistant state. Some sharks glow blue-green. Several deep-sea shark species use bioluminescence to blend into the faint light above them. The sun's surface is about 5,500 degrees Celsius. Its visible surface is enormously hotter than any environment naturally found on Earth's surface. Some birds can travel without ever seeing their destination before. Migratory birds can rely on inherited navigation abilities combined with environmental cues. A group of rhinoceroses is called a thrush. It's one of the more unusual collective names in the animal kingdom. Some plants can detect when caterpillars are chewing them. Vibrations and physical damage can trigger defensive chemical responses in certain plants. The moon has no global weather system. Without a substantial atmosphere, there are no ordinary clouds, rainstorms, or windstorms on the lunar surface. Some bats can find insects in complete darkness. Echolocation lets them locate and track tiny flying prey using returning sound waves. A whale shark can filter thousands of liters of water. Its enormous mouth and filtering structures allow it to feed efficiently on tiny organisms. Some fish can produce their own light. Bioluminescent fish use specialized organs to communicate, attract prey, or hide from predators. Earth's inner core is solid despite extreme heat. Immense pressure at the center of Earth keeps the inner core solid even at extraordinarily high temperatures. Some plants spread seeds by exploding. Certain fruits build internal pressure and suddenly split open, launching seeds away from the plant. A cheetah's tail helps it turn at high speed. Its long tail acts like a steering mechanism during rapid chases. Some penguins can drink salt water. Special glands help them remove excess salt from their bodies. The Pacific Ocean is larger than all of Earth's land areas combined. Its enormous surface covers more than 160 million square kilometers. Some salamanders can regrow parts of their hearts. Certain regenerative amphibians can repair damaged cardiac tissue far better than humans